Everybody, welcome to Geek Girl versus Nerd Boy,
I'm Brianna Hasty.
and I'm Russell Frost, and you can figure out who's who. We
Because
don't
we
care.
just said it.
Yeah, you can call me Geek Girl if you want. I'm not offended by that.
I don't really care about Nerd Boy. It's fine.
Yeah.
I
There
don't
you
care
go.
either way. It's fine.
So
We're
welcome
cool.
back! Yay! We're back. You didn't have to wait 3 weeks,
That's true. That's a fact.
but we have both watched the first 2 episodes of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and we wanted to talk a little bit about it. Even though the understanding level, I don't know how much deep insight we're going to have on this one.
You know, comparatively,
All of a sudden, I'm thinking maybe we shouldn't have done the show.
yeah, we have each only watched the first 2 episodes once apiece.
Yeah,
You at least watched them both today.
I did. I watched
them
them both today.
Yeah, I watched them each on their original air date at 7 in the morning so that I could safely go online for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
And then neither of us really have any comic book knowledge of these characters.
I mean, a little bit of old Captain America and Falcon from comic books, but
And I have a little bit of Falcon as Captain America knowledge from the new and improved Avengers. There's so many Avengers
There's so
titles, I
many.
have no idea. It's the ones that have Miles Morales,
I definitely-
Nova, and
way after my time.
yeah. And Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan.
Oh,
Yeah, so the
right.
team is the Mighty Thor, which is Natalie Portman's gonna be this Thor in Love and Thunder. So it's female Thor, Tony Stark is regular Iron Man, Vision, and oh no, I guess that's everybody. And Captain America / Falcon. Yeah, so I have a little bit of knowledge from I read like the first 10 books. That's about it.
Okay, so I have questions.
Yes,
What happened to Captain America?
he
Now-
died,
Did he?
I think. Didn't
Did
they
he?
state that he died in that
When?
first one?
Did he?
I don't know. I only watched it
They talk
once.
about his legacy constantly, and we see ancient Captain America. Okay, at the end of Endgame, right? But by no means does he look like he's going to drop right there. We see a guy in this movie, or in maybe was the second episode probably, where we see a super soldier who's old.
Oh, Isaiah?
Yes. So clearly they don't necessarily die young, and clearly they're strong until the end.
That's true. I mean, theoretically speaking, even in the comics, Steve Rogers' Captain America lasts quite a while, so it's not unreasonable to
So
assume
where's
he's
Captain
still around.
America? Is he dead? And if
Dude's
he's
chilling on a beach.
yeah,
That's fine.
I'm not saying that I want him in the show. I'm just like, it's a huge thing that, like, oh, Steve died a year ago. You know what I mean? Or like, oh, we miss him. Like, they talk about his legacy constantly. Okay, maybe I shouldn't push that too hard. But yeah, where's Captain America? Second, who in the name of Satan gives up Captain America's shield? Who doesn't? This is the most like contrived plot point. Gives it up,
Disagree.
and of course,
He gets fucked over by the
he
government.
gets fucked. Of course he does.
Yeah.
There's no other way. There's no other way that could have happened.
Yeah. So here's why I disagree about about it making sense that he hands over the shield. Because he says very distinctly to Steve at the end of Endgame, when Steve hands him the shield and says, "How does it feel?" And he says, "Like it belongs to someone else."
And what does Steve say?
That it doesn't.
Exactly.
But look at it like this. You have a friend who is that all-American ideal. Like, that is what Steve Rogers is.
I don't think I have any friends like that. I mean, not, you're wonderful and all that.
Yeah,
but,
no, I am not. That's fine. but Steve is this huge figure
Right.
in the world.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
a
yeah,
huge
yeah.
figure. There's a lot of weight and responsibility that is involved in being Captain America.
Yes.
Sam is used to being the right-hand man.
As he says several times in previous films, like, I'm just the dude.
I go where you go.
I
people
do what he
shoot at
does, but I do it
you.
slower. You know,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. He's definitely, you go be an Avenger, and I'm going to keep working on it. Yeah, I get that. Okay.
Yeah, so there's
But-
a lot of pressure. He doesn't feel
But
ready
Spider-Man
for it.
doesn't throw all his shit in the trash because it's overwhelming.
Yeah, but don't you have people in your life who you know are fantastic, but they just don't see it in themselves?
Still don't give up Captain America's shield. Not when he puts it in your hands and says, it's yours. You
I see
never
where you're
do
coming
that,
from, but
ever.
I have empathy from where Sam is
And
coming
where
from.
I'm going to agree with Sebastian Stan, I
With
guess,
Bucky?
or with Bucky, yeah, that, like, dude, what were you thinking? Like,
Yeah. So, and that's interesting on its own because they have and have had since the moment they met so many issues with each other. Now, is Bucky upset just because it's Steve's shield, or is he upset because he sees in Sam what Steve saw in Sam?
so this is a very interesting question. And again, it's probably one that, well, we can speculate. That's what the show's about. But so at the end of Endgame, Bucky and Sam, Bucky notices someone sitting on the bench and apparently immediately knows who it is because he automatically, like, sends Sam over there. He doesn't go.
Yeah, he doesn't
His
step
best friend
up. Of 100 years.
of 100 years is sitting there, and he doesn't go. He sends Sam, which I have to think at some point they had some contact,
That seems logical.
which doesn't mean it's true, but like Bucky knew what was happening there at some point and said, "This is how it's going to go down," and just, you know,
See, now let's...
because if not, and that's your friend of a century sitting there, and he doesn't even say, like, goodbye to you. What the fuck? And you're a superhero, and you've got a vibranium arm, and you've had like, why doesn't he give the shield to Bucky? That makes sense. Sam's got all the gear. Like, Sam is who he is.
Yeah, Sam is Falcon.
Bucky with the shield. Wow, that's I mean, that's like, now,
Yeah,
granted, he was a Hydra assassin and he killed Kennedy and all this other stuff or whatever, but, you know,
Killed Kennedy.
I don't, you know,
I mean, he could have. We don't know.
he killed 90 people allegedly, you know, I don't know, whatever it was, but,
Yeah.
you know, like, I just, yeah, I got questions.
Well, there's also, and that's actually kind of ironic now that I think about it. So we get Bucky going to counseling as
Which is
part
delightful.
of his way. Yes,
Which is
totally
delightful.
love it. I'm in. I hope we see a lot more of that. Like,
You know, I mean, granted, you know, the callback to The Sopranos is sort of like, oh, we've been through this, but I don't care.
I got no idea.
It's fine.
Never watched The Sopranos.
I didn't either, but I know that the main character, James Gandolfini and Renee Russo, was his shrink. And a big element in the show was mob boss talking to a shrink. So, you know, and I'm sure they're both wonderful actors. I'm sure it was amazing. I didn't see it. I don't care. I hate crime.
I mean, I absolutely
Excuse me,
love
sorry.
episodes where they do that, where they do couples counseling. So the TV show Scorpion did a couple of great episodes with the therapist being Penn Jillette.
Nice.
Hilarious.
Jeez, that's horrifying.
It was grand. I loved those episodes. It's like 2 or 3 episodes, and one's an earthquake episode that's just fantastic. And then in the new 5-0, Hawaii 5-0, they did couples counseling. And again, best episodes,
Yeah.
and there's other examples,
No,
but
there's no such thing as New Hawaii Five-0. Can we just leave that aside? That
yeah, anyways, the
Okay.
point is that I really love those
there's
scenes,
cute guys in
and
it, isn't there?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, you're allowed.
Hi, Scott Kahn. How's it going?
Yeah, he's watching.
Hi.
Okay.
You're short and adorable.
Yeah.
Anyways, what were we talking about?
I
Other
got lots of
attractive
issues.
men.
I got lots of fresh. I mean, so the way they brutally tear apart the racial issues
Yes. Yeah.
is both wonderful and agonizing to watch. I'm really glad they did it, and they didn't shy away from it, or
Yep.
they're making it a central part in the plot. That's all I got.
Now let's dig into that a hair bit more. So I'm personally very glad that WandaVision came out before Falcon and Winter Soldier. And I know we've talked about this
Because-
separately.
okay.
I don't know if we talked about it on the show, but because we get kind of an emotional closure with Wanda and the things that she's going through, and we get that same emotion. Almost everybody else in the Avengers got to go home to family, except for Wanda. And now you have Bucky and Sam, whose family was Steve. And now they only have each other and work, and they don't even like each other.
Well,
They sort of like each
Yeah,
other.
they-
It's rocky.
right. I mean, it's that sort of love-hate thing that,
Yeah.
like, I mean, clearly, yeah.
Now, in episode 4 of WandaVision, we have Jimmy Woo and Monica Rambeau meeting the small town cops, and we talked about this. Are the small town cops being assholes because of these more powerful police figures showing up in their town and telling them that they're wrong? Or are
You
they
mean-
being assholes because they're white?
And he's an Asian
Jimmy
man,
and Jimmy and
she's a
Monica,
woman.
yeah,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
black and Asian, and what's the issues here? So when we get now to episode 2 of Falcon and Winter Soldier, it's very clearly defined that they have a black man in a low rent neighborhood having an argument with a white guy in the street. We know who the bad guy is.
Absolutely.
100%. That is the story and narrative that they're telling. It is very clear, and it's something we've seen on the news forever. It's something that happens every day. We, as white people, cannot speak to it personally,
No.
and we shouldn't, but we can have a discussion.
We can acknowledge the
can't-
reality of it. that,
Yes.
yeah. Hey, guess
Yeah.
what? Every day that shit's going down. Oh,
Yes.
and the black guy or woman that the cops in the street, it isn't a superhero. Yeah. Guess what? They don't get a like, hey, can I get a selfie with you? They get thrown in the back of a car or killed.
just killed.
Yeah.
And the way that they have the first cop, who is the one basically assaulting and yelling at Sam, is the one who runs off to tell the others that just pulled up, like, oh, no, it's okay. He's a national hero.
Yeah.
Actually, he's a universal hero, not just a national one.
Right.
He helped save the universe.
Right.
So he has to physically run off to go stop them.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, again, that was a painful scene, a necessary and a good scene. I when I say painful, I don't mean that it was bad. I mean, it's just
It hurts because it's a true thing.
Yeah,
and if
absolutely.
it didn't hurt you, and if you didn't feel affected by it,
You
you
need to
should
check
probably
yourself.
check yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take a
Hard.
look at your privilege and your racism, and then come back and let's talk about it again.
Comments below.
Yeah. And if you're being an asshole, we're
We'll
going to
just
tell
delete
you.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could give a
Like,
shit. I'm not going to argue with idiots.
Yeah. So the fact that this moment comes directly after Sam talking to that kid, and the kid going, "Oh, you're the Black Falcon." And Sam going, "What, are you the black kid?"
Right.
Like,
Is there a white falcon? There is a bleach vision, but yeah, we've been through that.
yeah. Damn it.
Damn it.
So the fact that that moment comes directly after that. And then you think about Black Panther. Like, he's not Black Panther because he's black. He's Black Panther because panthers are black. Like, right? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't have the full history since I don't
know why. Well, an interesting. Now we're getting into the etymology of where the black, because aren't all panthers black?
Yeah. I mean, maybe there's an albino one out there somewhere.
Right.
Which would be kind of cool to see.
But then it's an albino black panther, not a white panther.
Is it an albino panther or is it an albino black panther?
All of a sudden, I feel like we've cut the IQ level in half. Like,
we just dumbed it way down.
Yeah, way down. Like, so anyway, the racial aspect, and which is good because we've got an African-American man as one of the leads, and I'm glad that Marvel is at least bringing this up. Now, how they handle it, we'll see. They're not always the best in that way, but at least they're going to try.
I think they get points for trying. Like, they're not shying away from it at all. Now, especially after you have the pilot with Sam and his sister trying to...
that bank scene is painful, too,
the
because
bank scene.
What's going to go... Yeah, Oh, you're Falcon. I want to get a picture, but no loan. Sorry.
Yeah, so... In the bank, it does not matter that Sam helped save the universe.
No.
At all. It doesn't matter that he was blipped out. None of that matters.
You haven't worked for the last 5 years. What?
Who has? Yeah. Only half the world has.
Why is Sam in some shithole bank in shithole Louisiana? Like,
that's where his family is from?
No, I know. I get that, but...
Why didn't he...
Can't he pick up the phone and call Pepper and go, hey, I need a few zeros. Can you hook a brother up? You know what I mean? Like, that would... Like, and I get pride and whatever, but you go to the racist local bank in this shithole town.
That clearly doesn't have a lot of money when you're looking around.
And... Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm feeling like... I get... There are legit reasons why he did that. I'm not criticizing Sam's action. I just, I gotta wonder,
maybe there is a different option.
I gotta
bigger
think.
City.
Anybody, right? Couldn't, he's an Avenger, for God's sakes.
But see, then again...
Hey, American Express, I need $200,000. You want to put me on a card? Fine. Okay? Done.
Let's do some endorsements.
Right. That's earning your money.
But I know another thing that Sam specifically says is that we don't do this. And I think it's in the bank scene when he says that we don't do this to get paid. We do this because it's the right thing to do.
Right. No.
And we have the power.
Yeah. That's... Yeah.
So you take all of that crap and then you turn around... And you see the U.S. government hand off the name of Captain America to another all-American white boy. And I love that. They open an episode 2 with the whatever the hell his name is. The actor's name is Wyatt Russell.
John Walker.
John Walker. Okay. So doing that Good Morning America.
No more generic white name than John Walker, too. You know what I mean? He couldn't be... slightly Jewish or anything. No, he's a big, tall, blonde, former football,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just... It's so fucked up.
Well, and they spend time legitimizing Walker as a choice for Captain America. And he's a hero, and he's done amazing things, and he's saved lives, and he's fought for the country. But he's still...
You don't know him.
He's still not Super Soldier Captain America. Meanwhile, there's a dozen super soldiers roaming around Europe fucking shit up.
Yeah. And how awesome is that chick? She was in Solo. I still wish she had had a bigger part in Solo. And now she's this revolutionary in Falcon and Winter Soldier. I love her. She's cool.
She's cool, yeah. I guess.
She's only 24 or something, too. And she's already in 2 of the biggest franchises in the entire world. Yeah.
I guess she's good.
Yeah.
I don't know that I have any other plot points. You know what I mean? Just in general, it opens up right away with an action scene, and then we get a little non-action. We get, the interaction with Bucky.
Bucky trying to date. I freaking love it. And it makes so much sense with who his character is and who Steve's character is. So when you look back at the Captain America First Avenger, Bucky is that all-around flirt who hits on anything in a skirt. And Peggy Carter's the first woman to supposedly turn him down. So the fact that he gets his mind back and he, like, out there trying to date.
Just a dork who needs a woman who's going to take the initiative.
Yeah, like he's on his phone. He's got dating apps. It's amazing. And then you look at Steve, who doesn't do any of that. Who Natasha works her ass off to try to get that man a date, and he's just like, whatever. I have one true love.
Random Marvel bitch. Okay. I think it's bullshit that Steve went back in time to be with his first love when he had
Sharon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn it. That's not fair.
That bothers you.
Yeah, that does bother me in
What
a way.
is-
Like, what is she, like, he's just gone. He's just gone, and she's like, I had a thing with Captain America, and now it's, what?
Now there's
That's
a different
fucked
reality
up.
where he's my uncle.
So, right, exactly. Like, that's, like, it even makes, like, I'm leaving you, but wait, before I go, I'm going to punch you in the face. Because I'm doing your
It's
aunt
a pretty messed up.
forever. It's
It's
so
a terrible breakup right there. Does it even count as a breakup?
I don't know. Yeah,
It's
not
like
really.
a
It's like a
dine and dash.
ghosting or
Yeah.
something. Yeah, dine and dash is exactly
Like,
like
I'm taking you out to dinner and I'm going to leave you with the bill.
because
Bye.
she pulled his shit out of the fire.
Yeah.
You know, a couple of times, and where's he? He's
Hopefully
like,
she
I'm
shows
in love
up
with
in
your aunt.
episode
I'm in love,
3.
and that's a wonderful story. And I'm not, on balance, right?
Mm-hmm.
He did the right thing, I guess, but I don't think he did right by Sharon.
I like that upsets you. I like that that's the tiny thing you're holding on to. Yeah.
I'm just as petty as you are,
Yeah, that's true. That's a fact.
and OCD.
So, yes. Hopefully she shows up in episode 3. I'm super tired of waiting for her because I love her. Like, she's super cool, and I want to see her
Sharon?
kick ass. Yeah,
Oh, you think she's going to be in this?
she is. I've been
Oh,
telling
is
you
she?
this for like
Have
2
you?
months now. Yeah, yeah. Look at
Okay.
him. He just doesn't listen.
Right.
What are you gonna do?
You're a woman.
Fair point.
Yeah, what do you
Yeah.
know? I'm a guy.
Silly
You're going
woman.
to teach me something, please?
Yes.
That's not
So,
true.
Bucky trying to make amends, getting a friend, but being too terrified to tell his new friend that he killed his son.
Yeah. Well, and he has a friend because he's supposed to make amends, but he's not. He hasn't had the courage yet to make amends with him,
Yeah.
and then his friend hooks him up with a totally hot chick who's
Yeah.
cool, and they're hanging out playing Battleship and drinking Battleship, which
Yeah, like
I
that's
guess.
a cool date. I'm down for that.
yeah,
date.
no,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So, and then how he just
And then he just bails
leaves.
on her.
Yeah, because his guilt over his friend is,
But
but he still can't admit what he did.
he's never going back there for sushi. What the fuck?
I have a feeling that the finale will involve him going back to that bar to apologize.
I hope.
Like, it's like an Indiana Jones kind of feeling.
Wow.
I think that happened in Indiana Jones.
Did it?
I think. I could be thinking of something else.
I'm not sure.
Anywho,
Anyway.
yeah, so we know he's got his list. He's got memories coming back. We know that he's been pardoned by the U.S. government.
Conditionally,
Yes, conditionally.
which I don't think you can conditionally. I think you either pardon somebody or you have a conditional parole, but that's a small point.
It does seem more like parole, doesn't it?
Yeah, pardon is
Yeah, you're good.
You're free.
Bye.
Yeah.
Which, and then let's circle back to that damn cop scene. Who do they end up arresting? Oh, the white guy. The white guy's the one who broke the law, but we were gonna attack the black guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is a little contrived, yet
Also fairly realistic. No.
I don't know. It's hard sometimes to like look at the portrayals of police in film and go, "Oh yeah, this is all good. I'm happy with like, you know, especially with the Derek Chauvin trial going on right now. That's just painful to even see that asshole's face in the news. Trial, but anyway, okay, we're not gonna get political, are we?
No.
No,
I
we're gonna
mean,
talk about Falcon and Winter Soldier. So, excuse me. How do we feel about the first two episodes? Are you feeling good about Falcon and Winter Soldier? Are you excited about seeing the rest of the episodes?
yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm not like overly enthusiastic. I was on the edge of my seat for WandaVision, but that has a lot more to do with my love of the history of television and how WandaVision really respected that and all the different aspects that that has. Where Falcon and Winter Soldier, it definitely is reading as a spy show. Like if you're a fan of Captain America,
it's an action show. Yeah, absolutely.
It's a spy action. There's definitely going to be some thriller things going on there. Totally fine with that. That has its place. I enjoy that, but I'm not hanging on the edge of my seat yet.
I do want to say that I don't think the idea of Bucky jumping out of an airplane is necessarily believable or very good. Or I mean, I get it. He's got a bad arm, but
He has a bad arm.
There's a yeah. I don't know. Whatever. And by bad I mean badass, not bad. He's got the vibranium arm. So
Yeah.
And why did he get to keep that? Why didn't they take that back?
That's a good question.
Right? I mean, that's a lot of vibranium running around.
Yeah. So if the U.S. government didn't trust him, wouldn't they take his arm away?
You would think,
but
right?
Then wouldn't his
We're gonna
friends
give
in
you a hook.
Wakanda just be like, "Here you go"?
I don't know.
I need to see this legal document in regards to Bucky's
Parole.
/ pardon.
Yeah, not a very good one.
Maybe he just had a really good lawyer.
Or sort of a good lawyer. I don't know. Okay, so I'm sorry. I said, how do we feel about this generally? Then I started talking specifics. Generally, and I am too. I like it. I'm not as eager about this as I was WandaVision.
Mm-hmm.
And WandaVision, in the end, while it was good, didn't necessarily deliver on all of it.
The way that you had hoped.
The way that I'd hoped, yeah. It delivered on a lot. I don't want to say that it was bad or anything like that. And we did a whole episode on the WandaVision finale.
Scroll through, you'll find it.
Yeah, you'll find it. It's there. It says WandaVision finale.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm feeling. I'm going to watch them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they got me. I'm committed.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter. I was always going to be committed.
There's no
Unless
magic
this
in
was
one.
complete trash from the get-go. Like, I'm going to watch.
Yeah.
It would have... Yeah. It's going to be, I think, a little more interesting to see how they extend... It's only 6 episodes, an hour apiece. How they extend this very specific mystery versus 8 million little mysteries that WandaVision had.
So this is the classic sort of Doctor Who conundrum, and forgive me for bringing in one of my favorite shows, but it's like, is it a season-long story arc that you love, or is it Monster of the Week? And honestly, I would have been happy with Monster of the Week with Falcon and Snowman. Like, each week they beat somebody's ass.
I thought that's what it was going to be, to be totally honest.
And I'm kind of like, and you can do both, especially if you have good writers. You can do both.
True.
It seems like we're not going to have a Monster of the Week, that it's going to be this arc of this terrorist group that's trying to, their goal is to take us back to the blip where they want to kill half the people. I'm not really clear.
Their goal is to erase borders. So they're looking for global equality is what
there was some
picking up.
talk about the blip.
Yeah, they said that they wanted it to be like the blip. So globally, you have this actually universally you have a crisis. So what does skin color or sexual orientation matter when half the world has just disappeared?
Right.
It doesn't matter anymore. You have this global sense of loss that honestly we should have learned from in 2020 with COVID.
We have learned nothing.
But we've learned nothing.
Zero. Yeah.
And I think that's actually really interesting in the sense of Falcon and Winter Soldier, that we can kind of explore that feeling where we should have learned something, but we've learned nothing because we're humans. And we're going to get that, I think, from this terrorist/rebel organization. They want that unity, but at what cost? Like, they think we should have learned. We haven't learned. They're going to teach us again. That seems to be what I'm picking up anyway.
I don't know.
Again, this is an opinion show.
Yeah, it is. And I'm very, as we've seen them so far, I'm not seeing a lot of terror.
Yeah, no, they're stealing medicine to give to sick people.
Yeah, and their ultimate goal, not really a bad one. So
it's like James Bond characters who are, when the villain wants to save Mother Nature, and then they kill a bunch of people.
Right. Yeah. Well, this is a little right, which sort of echoes the whole Thanos thing. Like, I'm just trying to save the universe by killing half of it. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Right. Like, yeah. I'm going to kill half of everybody to save the other half.
I mean, it's what crazy people do, right?
Yeah. Crazy. Tiger didn't go crazy. Tiger went tiger.
So I think we're wrapping it up. I have a couple of points real fast.
Take your time.
I was hoping for more Zumo. How do you say his name? I can't remember how to say his name. The bad guy from...
The bad guys from...
Yes, the bad guy from Civil War.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, no idea. The dude who likes to kick people a lot. I don't remember his name. But yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really enjoy him as a character. He's a good villain, I guess.
Zemo. There we go.
Oh, no, not him. Right. He's brilliant. So, yeah, at the end of the second episode, we see Zemo in his cell, and Bucky and Sam are going to go talk to him.
Yes.
Why?
Because he has the most knowledge about the super soldiers. He knows everything there is to know. That's why he went after Bucky. I'm going to accept that, but I don't remember that really being laid out. Other than I thought he had the most knowledge of how to fuck with the Avengers, and he knew all about the Avengers, and he found a good way to do that. I didn't think that his obsession was the super soldiers outside of getting Bucky to set up this scenario for him. So, Zemo, I remember in the comics, has a very direct tie to Red Skull.
Yep.
He's one of
his lieutenants.
Yeah. So, in Civil War, when we meet him, I believe he gains all of his knowledge specifically so that he can control Bucky.
Yes.
So, is he a professor still? Isn't he like a teacher? An assassin. No, not Bucky. Zemo.
That's what I'm talking about. Zemo ran a murder squad, a Sokovian murder squad.
He did?
Yeah.
Damn, I need to watch Civil War again, which is fine because I love Civil War.
Which is fine because it's a wonderful movie.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I have no problem watching it again.
They say that Friday says that to Tony Stark at one point.
Okay, so
that he ran a Sokovian covert ops murder squad. Now, he's obviously very smart. He's obviously very patient. He works out single-handedly this revenge scheme.
Which is pretty fucking brilliant.
Right, which is absolutely brilliant. But it doesn't, past that.
He's very much a man behind the curtain. He's like the Wizard of Oz, sort of.
He's a great actor,
I'm just going to, I love him so much.
You've seen him in other things.
Yes.
Okay. Quick, get the phone.
Yes. because I can't remember right now. Don't do this to me, phone.
I'm sorry. Do you have a Korean TV splash screen on your phone?
I do. It's from shout out. I can't
Geek
remember
girl.
now if it's Emma or Clara on Twitter who I follow. Their artwork, either one of them, is absolutely brilliant. They do amazing videos, but they do really amazing artwork too. The Alienist. There we go.
Oh.
His performance in The Alienist is van freaking tastic, and I love the books. So I've got some issues with how they changed some plot lines, but I get it because of TV.
Yeah. No, he's great in Civil War.
Yeah, his
He's
acting
fantastic.
though. So I was really hoping, I wanted a ton of screen time, but it kind of seems like he's gonna be their third wheel. Like, you have your buddy. It's like in Lethal Weapon.
I hate Lethal Weapon.
Oh,
Can I just lay that down right now? Those are the dumbest movies. I know.
I love Lethal Weapon. I have Mel Gibson issues just like everybody else, but I love Lethal Weapon. I love the franchise. I even enjoyed the TV show until the damn issues on the TV show came out. Anchor. Okay, focusing. We're wrapping things up. So basically, we both want more Zemo. And
I guess, yeah. I mean, I don't know what they're going to get from him, but we'll find out, and that's the whole point. He's a great actor. I'm glad that he's back in, and these guys are going to go after the terrorists and
somehow play into his hands.
And here's the other thing. And obviously that's one of the questions this series is going to answer. How all of a sudden, after so many people tried to make the super soldier thing work, did somebody randomly find it and boom, all of a sudden, 12 girls and boys that are super soldiers?
I want to say Zemo. Now, theoretically, he's been in jail this whole time, right?
Theoretically, he's been in jail. But he's super smart, obviously, and he's a good long-range planner.
Yeah. So, chances of him having had somebody help him out in his big plans that took place in Civil War?
We don't know if he blipped out or if he stayed in prison, do we?
Yeah. Was he in prison that whole time? Did he disappear? Like, what if he was in a fucking truck on his way being transported from place A to place B? He blips back, and suddenly he's out on the street and can do whatever the hell he wants.
But when we see him, he's in custody. Yeah.
So I'm just saying, like,
okay.
We don't know. Theoretically, he's been in jail this entire time. I assume we're going to find out this Friday. We're waiting on him. We're waiting on Sharon to show up and be a badass. My final question for you. I know you had issues with the WandaVision.
I got lots of
end
issues.
credits.
Oh, the credits.
Yeah, didn't they annoy you?
I'm not sure why Marvel needs 6 or 8 minutes of credits on a TV show.
I thought you had an issue with the visuals. I know you have an issue with the length and seeing everybody's name, but didn't...
No, I look at everybody should get screen credit. One of the things that I hate about new TV shows and streaming services is they either shrink them down or they speed them up or they cut them out completely. Mm-hmm. And all the people that work in those films deserve to get the credit that they earned.
My question is about the visual, though, like how they used...
It's okay. It's cool.
Okay. How do you feel about the Falcon and Winter Soldier visuals for their end credits?
It's okay.
I like them. I like that you have these old posters
Yeah.
of Steve, and they've been torn apart so that you can see John Walker, like...
There's little hints of things here and there and little word drops.
I think they're cool. I like them.
You know what? On a first watch, I will admittedly... I watched the credits a whole way through the first episode, and I didn't on the second episode because I was like, no.
Been there, done that.
Well, there was no post-credit scene.
And there won't be, I'm going to assume, again until the finale.
Maybe not. Who
maybe,
knows,
maybe
right?
not.
That's and yeah. So they're cool. They're nice. I don't know that. Again, everybody deserves credit. As a photographer
100%.
who's often listed in those things and whatever, like I want to be able to, oh, there I am, like, so I get that. But I don't know that it needs to be 8 minutes long, 9 minutes long. And Marvel did a wonderful thing with post-credit scenes, because suddenly people who never, ever, ever sat through them were sitting through them. So now to kind of like do the big, long extended credits thing and not to give you the prize at the end, it's kind of counterproductive. Look at me. I watched the whole way through, no post-credit scene. Second episode, nah.
Well, WandaVision, you said you only knew because I told you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
yeah, the visuals weren't bad. You know what? I don't remember what I said, but they're not bad. It wasn't like, oh, wow, how cool is that? I think they're trying. I think the thing that they fixed in Falcon and the Winter Soldier is, I think they're dropping little tidbits in there, potentially, of information that if you were really paying attention, you might glean something out of there that's important. Maybe not.
Well, considering people freaking take it scene by scene
Right.
to dissect. For instance, did you know that Wanda's license plate matches the license plate on the truck of the terrorists that Bucky and Sam are fighting? They have the same license plate number, which apparently in New York or New Jersey, it's called an Excelsior license plate. So while there is no Stan Lee, they're using this license plate, which is a shout out to him and saying Excelsior.
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of like the 555 phone number.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
if you grew up at a certain time period, 555. But now, I still love the fact that there's so many people and so many phones that 555 got cut from movies and TV because it's being used.
Yeah, exactly. That's but they had to come up originally with, rather than putting a real, a 1-800 number or something in there, that people would actually call, and then some poor son of a bitch at the other end would be like, "Why are you calling me? Oh, we just saw your phone number in a movie." Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. So I think it's a little interesting tidbit, and it's just another example of people who stop it scene by scene looking for and there's nothing wrong with that. I am not saying that in any way.
Better
I
you than me.
appreciate it. Yes, exactly. And I say thank you for it, because now I know this.
But I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
And I'm glad for all of you on the internet, and please post your details so that I can look at them and make fun of them.
Yeah.
In some cases. In
Some
other
cases.
cases, I go, ooh, I didn't know that.
Learned something new today. Huh.
Okay.
All right.
Are we done?
I think we're done with Bucky and Sam for today.
Yeah. Next week, sometime soon.
And hey, if you are on Disney Plus anyway watching Falcon and Winter Soldier, just go ahead and click on the new episode of The Mighty Ducks. Then we can talk about that too. Not him. He won't talk about it. I'll talk about it with you. Find me on Twitter. I'll say a lot of things.
She's at
Brianna Hasty
on Twitter. And she would love to talk with you about the Mighty Ducks, whereas I would not like to talk with you about the Mighty Ducks.
Yeah. Unless you're there to tell me you hate the Mighty Ducks, then fuck you.
I'm not going to say I hate them. I don't.
No, I don't mean you.
Oh,
I
on
mean,
Twitter.
Yeah, if somebody wants to start
don't-
some war with me about the Mighty Ducks.
Don't troll her on Twitter, for God's
No,
sakes. Be
that's
nice.
why the block button exists.
Yeah. But I'm at Russell Frost on Twitter if you want to tell me what a jerk I am. I already know, but I welcome
I leave
your
notes
opinion.
for him just so that he's aware.
Just saying. So thanks for watching. Tune in soon
Soon.
to
Yeah.
Geek Girl versus Nerd Boy.
Yay, thanks for listening.
Bye-bye now. Let's say bye. Bye.